Well, hello and welcome into one of many opportunities this year for at home homeworks, as we're calling them. Opportunities for you as a family to get together, grow closer to God and closer to each other through several studies. Now, you likely don't know this, but tomorrow's National Storytelling Day. And I got to be honest, there is nothing better than a good story. Whether it's all the way true or partially true or all the way made up, good stories, when they're told the right way, bring us a lot of joy. You see, stories do so much for us. They bring about memories, they give us opportunities to learn things about each other that maybe we didn't know already. They give us life lessons. They can be used for entertainment. And honestly, the beauty of stories are that they can be told time and time and time again. And if told the right way, no matter how many times you've heard that story, it never gets old. I remember being a kid, and these are my grandparents. They lived across the street from us. This is my nanny and papa, or Ed and Reba Barnett. And it was at this exact location that I would soak in all the stories that my papa had to tell, as he was a World War II veteran. And we would ask him all the time, Papa, we know we've heard it before, but will you tell us the story about the time you got shot, or the story about when you lost your eye? Those stories never got old. And we've all got some really cool stories. I think that sometimes our kids and our grandkids say the same thing to us. They want to hear the same stories over and over. The stories are cool. And yet, as I think on the Bible, there's so many stories like this where we're just like, man, tell me that story again. Or let's read that again, not just because I like it, but because it teaches us something and we can connect to it. My personal favorite is a story in Judges chapter 14, and it's the story of Samson killing a lion. And what we read there is that as he's on his way to go see this girl that he wants to marry, that this young lion sneaks up and attacks him suddenly. And Samson is given the spirit and the power of the Lord to overcome and to kill off this lion. And that story, not only is it cool because I'm a guy and there's some action in there, but it helps me because Peter talks about and compares Satan to a roaring lion seeking and searching for those whom he can devour. And I think in times like this, I want to be like Samson, and I want that power of the Lord to come upon me to defeat that lion, to defeat Satan and overcome and kill off temptation when it comes. You see, the Bible is so full of stories. So let me ask you, what is your favorite story? In just a minute, what I'd like for you to do is, with your family, take turns and tell your favorite story from the Bible. Don't read it. I want you to just tell it as you know it and as you hear it, and talk about why it's important to you, how you connect with it, what lessons does it teach you, and how does it help you grow closer to God. If your kids are really little, maybe you want to have them draw a picture of their favorite story, or maybe draw a picture of your favorite story. Or maybe you just tell them your favorite stories, you put them down to bed tonight. If you're alone, maybe journal about your favorite story or write a poem about it. I want you to think about telling the story in remembrance of National Storytelling Day. But as great as these Bible stories are that we're talking about and that you're going to share, it's important for us to know that as Christians, sometimes the best story for people to read is the story of Jesus that they see in us. It's important that we know that we need to be the story of Jesus. Matthew chapter 5 talks about us being salt and being light, and for being the story of Jesus, being the salt and the light for others so that they can come to know him and that they can come and give their glory and their praise to God because they've seen the story of Jesus through us. Today, as you go through this study and this storytelling, we hope that you grow closer, not just to God, but closer to each other. Enjoy your time together today.